this Northwest Stadium. Up next, we'll keep it within the NFC for this game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. On the visiting sideline, a look at the Cowboys head coach. These guys just about set to go in this one. Along the opposing sideline, the head coach of the Commanders. These guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get louder once this game begins. Welcome in, everybody. Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward, and I know all of us are ready for this new season to begin. And we're off and running from Northwest Stadium. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week one, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tutin. And this defense is firing to begin the season, huh? Great play to get him behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know, what do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the
pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down. The Commanders ready for the punt. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
Airing it out to start this drive. Throw left side caught by Shaheed. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. We've set it downs from 37. Pass play on 1st and 10. Pass caught by Tate Dell. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Working inside the red zone. Throws caught. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now. Bigsby crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. All right, so nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin this season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will, but I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But you can't start much better than that.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. They'll throw to begin this drive. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Following the sack, they need a big chunk of yards here, Brock. It is second down and very long. Now looking to throw. Lays out left side and gets it. Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on third.
Brings up third and long.
Here he goes, third and long. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And their fourth sack of the game, Brock, brings up fourth down. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They'll quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you start to murmur and not even hear a few birds.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. They'll throw it here on first. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. He's going to throw this one. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. There it is, touchdown Dallas! The Cowboys get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season. New set of downs from 37. Throwing now on first down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Going again on 2nd and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone on first. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
79 Broncos, pass through, 19 Lions.
He's going to throw it. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Let's go now. 18, 70, 18, Pioneer. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Third and long for him here. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up fourth and long. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Aubrey puts it through. And that will add to their score.
Well, nice for this offense to know that even when they don't find the end zone, they can still come away with some points and keep up an awfully impressive pace they've set for themselves.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
60, ready.
Running from the pistol, it's Tootin. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Come on,
at
come on.
the 37-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Back to throw. That's incomplete on second down. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
That's good for Washington.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Bronco switch, Bronco
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And he takes it down to the 33. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
13 more
Danger,
yards.
Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
At the 33-yard line.
Complete left side to Robinson. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. This is second and 6 coming up.
It's now second and 6 at the
Hey,
Cowboys'
hey,
29-yard
check
line.
that. Check. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Shut up. Ready.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Check that.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Viking 18.
Throwing from the gun here. And this is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Spencer Schrader on now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders cut the lead down to 10. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Kick taken in here at the 17. Escapes the defender. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's the Cowboys out in front.
If you like eating,
We're back to Northwest Stadium right after
go
this.
to Laos. If you travel for nightlife, go to Thailand. If you travel for history, go to Cambodia. If you want hospitality, go to the Philippines. If you want adventure, go to Indonesia. If you have money, go to Singapore.
If you're broke, go to sleep.
If you like eating, go to Malaysia. If you like drinking, go to Laos.
Second quarter,
If you
all
travel for
set to begin,
nightlife,
and
go
it'll
to
be
Thailand.
Cowboys
If you travel
football.
for history,
They've got
go to
first and 10
Cambodia.
here,
If you
looking
want
to add to their
hospitality,
lead.
go to the Philippines. If you want adventure, go to Indonesia. If you have money, go to
Working
Singapore.
against the blitz.
If you're broke,
Taken in
go
by
to sleep.
Shaheed.
If
He
you like
pushes this
eating,
down to the 42 before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
One play in, Brock in his stride is already into enemy territory.
Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight, 18, 19 Lions.
To the air now on first and 10. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off.
That's just excellent.
What's he gonna do?
Excellent time defense right there.
It was great.
He's going to see if he's in coverage no matter where he
forget he's got a
looks.
hand in
The
his
is making him forced to throw when he shouldn't.
You get those straight to
Capitalizing on the mistake with the turnover.
the bat to the right, bro. Start giving it to
And they're
us.
starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Second and 20.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this third down.
Here you go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing from the gun.
It was great.
Finds the in-route complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. You need to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Never forget he's got
There,
a
fair catch called
Speaking of
for
forks.
and taken.
You get those straight to
The Cowboys and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, Cougar 19.
On the give, it's Big B. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down. After that little 8-yard scoop, here comes second and 2.
Brings up second
70
and 2.
Timberwolves.
What you want me to do?
They run it again with Big B.
It was great. He gets paid. You do
This gets him well away from dangerous. He is up past their 20. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever need in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
He's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. He's got first down here from the 36. Again, it's Bigsby. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Buys time, rolling right. Throw right side. Dell has it. And he's not going to get the first. He hit it real close, though. Timmy Brown gets a gain of 5. 3rd down coming up.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion. Completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
This is Bigsby. And he'll pick up enough to move the chain.
Redemption charge.
I don't know what it is.
Found out that your wife and my husband are sleeping together.
I really do. Those receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
First down, they go right back to it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identifying what was needed.
Found out that your wife and my husband are sleeping
Stretch them
together.
further. After that plays now,
The same
they can
thing.
be the big gains of next week.
Oh my God. 1 win.
Short pass
Half
brought
of
in.
the time.
And he has them a first down with little tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning.
Did you know that?
Hey, what year were you born? 2000. Sandra. What year were you born? What year were you born?
They're going to try and throw it here. Complete to his back. Take Bigsby. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back in the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Carry here for Bigsby. Defender gets him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell
Start
you.
investing tomorrow by February 1st. You'll thank me.
One of those big old fellas on
I
the
don't have money
D-line.
to invest. That's enough. And I need to wait years. Not anymore. Marcus moving now. What is the challenge to? Shows you how to invest. 4 weeks. Small steps. If they mess up, it's $20. Remember, we've lost more bad dinners. Fair point. So you're in. And then, links there. Tomorrow changes.
Offense working quickly.
Let's make it better. You start investing tomorrow. By February 1st, you'll thank me. But I don't have money to invest. $20. That's enough. So I need to wait years. Not anymore. Marcus moving now. What is the challenge to? Shows you how to invest. Small steps. If they mess up,
You just as they send him out.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Back to throw now. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. He will bring up 3rd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one, Pete. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Nice pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
19 right. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Cook 19. Cook 19 tight. 19 tight.
Pass play coming here. 18 touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. Even worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tough to blame for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You go to the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. One of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm. Start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Okay, so you don't think Tom Brady should be in the Hall of Fame at all? I wouldn't go for Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady was a part of that whole thing. The Deflategate thing is the one that bothers me the most.
Sends this out
to me,
over the end zone.
if you were honest with yourself,
spot the ball
and somebody said, this happened, and you said, you know what, it's my fault. I asked the ball boys to take the air out, I didn't realize it was under the league specification. You can buy that, couldn't you?
Commander starting out in a good
No,
spot.
Tom Brady says he doesn't know who the ball boy is. He has 100 text messages with the guy. The guy's nickname was the Deflator. That year, I think the Patriots have 100 fumbles all year.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Brady and Peyton Manning will speak the league to make that they can bring in their football whenever they want. Not a game ball like in basketball. Can you imagine the ball every time the Lakers are going the other way, they throw the ball and feels comfortable with him? That's what was done. And he benefited from the Spygate, right? Knowing what defenses they're going to have, and that's sent into him. That's going to help you. So when you look at so many different things along the way, I just think the whole Patriots run is tainted.
This quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Okay, so you don't think Tom Brady should be the Hall of Fame at all?
And he's been one of the players on this game.
I think Tom Brady was a part of that whole thing. The Deflategate.
Is not a pedophile per se.
The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And with that 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option here. You can sit on it, or they could try something really aggressive.
Anybody's time anywhere, just a blow if he had control. Because he had a perversion of power. In addition to his interest in mind control. Therefore, it was Gerald Ford who came out to our house and explained to my father how to raise me in the project according to government specifications.
Now begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
And therefore he was approached and told that if he focused, that he would gain.
First and 10, looking to throw. Hits his running back. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line.
Our biggest sell into the project.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Which are the political return of Michigan.
Gotta move them chains. Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Politicians met and discussed new American laws when they discussed mind control. Mind control of the
to throw here on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Jesuit. The Jesuits are an intelligence arm of the Catholic and the Pierre Trudeau represent.
Second down now, they need 7.
The Jesuits believed in mind control of the masses.
Setting up to throw.
Because they wanted to be the one world church in the New World Order. There's not
and they take him down at the 23-yard line. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First and 10 from the 43.
Specifications. They caught sending this child pornography through the U.S. mail. He was approached and told that if he spoke into that he would gain immunity from prosecution.
Looking to throw.
Prosecution today.
Just 3 seconds short of the clock. Went way outside there, trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time we see that throw, because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback.
And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. The show you love to love, back for another year. A busy week 1 of football. Let's get into it. Our look at the NFL starts now in Charlotte.
Listen, stop spending my money.
It's yours is mine. Rich, bitch.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. To return this, Rashid Shaheed.
Such a hurry.
Good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Left 19 right.
They'll throw to start the drive. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Man downfield, he's got it, Tickworthy. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
Yeah.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to take that pass to him, creating space, QB receiver deliver.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run this with Bigsby. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Trying to work quickly now. Hand off here for Bigsby.
This nigga's coming up the block, nigga.
Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Yeah.在球场中来讲，在这个球场上来讲，让他下来。
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw left side, caught by Shaheed. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. And he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Let's say you like Seattle, but stick him on the money line. No, you won't.
Well, that is pretty darn
Minus
impeccable timing
235
between the two.
at
They hit a curl
Hey,
route
look at
of
that Sam
height.
Darnold to win the
It takes great
MVP.
anticipation and precision by the quarterback.
If you look at that
And the receiver on the
percentage-wise,
other end
you would
finishing
pay
it, doing his job.
26% to have Seattle with nothing Sam Darnold MVP. You know what? That's out twice in the last 16 years. Yeah, the team that's favored wins. The quarterback's not the MVP. And both times it's happened, it was the number 1 wide receiver. So play
Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
And if you don't win, you will lose points by being a smarter advantage. That's what I call it. And turn your bets into max bets,
Well, he
the
just caught them the
maximized way,
touchdown,
so
Brock.
that you can
Defense
play.
obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. And in moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored a touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well either.
The Commanders all set to regain possession.
Sam
And
Darnold,
I'm
the
sure they're trying to
MVP,
bring out
at
the
plus
punter box. They're
130.
hopefully going to
You
give him
look
some
at that
rest this time around
percentage-wise,
and find
you
some
are paying
points to go after that lead.
20%.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Sam Darnold MVPs. And you know how often that's happened? twice in the last 16 years.
They're going to throw out of the gun.
The team that's favored wins, the quarterback's not the MVP.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
MVP, JSN, and you will win.
Up in the air here.
And if you don't win,
That one is incomplete.
yes,
Through the
having a
contact.
sharper, smarter advantage.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Turn your bets into max bets, the maximized way, so that you
Third
can
and
play
long for him here.
super
Puts
district.
him on the quick hitter.
Right? And 7-2 the last 3 days. It's all verified. Everybody's there. I'll help you out. I'll see you there. It's $99 to join Travel. You get everything. Only call. Everything I have for the score. Right? You need help. Here, let's win. Say what Seattle wants. You know you
It
won't.
really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball. He gets the touch.
And that's Sam Darnold.
The first time you saw his name was in the FC finals. Did you?
And the Commanders get it back to a 14-point game.
I reviewed not the entirety of the files. No.
I review all the FC
The Commanders kick out
Personally,
unit out and ready as they send this away.
largest section in case the FBI has ever been part
Returning
of
in from the 16.
stops that fingertips
All
in
right, and in
space.
the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
What I've been doing is been busy
Cowboys
providing
headed
the safest
back out on
country this
offense.
country has seen
Quarterback
in modern
returning
U.S.
to the
history
field now.
and historic speed because
And
the men and women of the
unsurprisingly,
FBI
Brock,
are
the
given the
great day on the
resources
scoreboard
to reduce
so
the
far
homicide
has
rate,
with the
reduce
advantage
the drug
as we move
trafficking
through
rate,
this third quarter.
reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked in
First
India.
and 10 now from the 30.
I appreciate the director reviewing things. You said you don't think it's Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000.
Airing it out to start this drive.
Is a total misleading factor. We have not released we have not released anyone's name in the episode. We have released every piece of legally admissible information. You can characterize the numbers however you want it.
And he's out of bounds, but with a great play there, Brock. He's got him in the field goal range.
It's not. It's not.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big
No.
play.
It's not that.
Do you think
It's designed boot.
Job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political wickedness. It's to go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit, your fundraising. Keep going, claiming your time. It's the people of California as being underserved in your representations. We have released everything the president and anyone else's side that is credible and lawfully be able to be released through interviews.
the truth? Did you ever tell Trump his name is?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our
Did you
team.
tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
We have released
Did you tell the Attorney General that his name is in the Epstein files?
during many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had. The order of Epstein, we have reviewed extensively.
You the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no?
It's the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, ABC.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency and tell me on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles in
First and 10.
sanctuary cities in California?
The first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you?
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on. Brock adds
Sunday should
another
be
stop
the
to
only
what's
time
going to
your
be
message is
a real
heard.
nice film for them to
Resi on
watch.
demand,
How
you
many
build a
times you
digital
think in your
home for
lifetime
every
case you've heard from a
easy to
defensive
find,
coordinator?
easy to
Job
share,
number one is
always
Stop them.
available. Because ministry isn't just for Sundays,
Ooh.
and your message should never be done. Let viewers watch anytime, anywhere with Resi on
After that
demand.
play, we see some concern from their guys on the field, and now we know why. One of their best
Sunday
players
should
was
be
hurt
the
on
only
the
time
play
your message is
and
heard.
getting worked
With
on.
Resi on demand, you build a digital home
Cowboys
for
bringing out
every
an
Sunday.
extra defensive
Easy to
back on
find,
third.
easy to share, and always available. Because ministry isn't just for Sundays, and your message should never be
Back to
done.
throw.
Let viewers watch anytime, anywhere.
Denzel Burke with a pick. First and 10 from the 43.
Buffalo 18, Jeanette 18, right. Back up, trap 60.
Airing it out to start this drive. Running in the red zone. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His third through the air this game. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They are coming out their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short pass brought in. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
70.
Throw here, 3rd down. On a quick slant, it's Davis. This is going to be down the opposing 36 for their next
LA to China. Yes, China. This materials for the bill. Shazam. Yes,
Washington first down.
This journey on the city. And there is one to share, so be patient with me. Y'all know I got a lot of kids. Break down a bit some of the places we visited because I wanted to tap into their culture a little bit. Break down what the passing game. Container and shipping works. Do your research for your state, like and find out what UL listings. I'm excited to share what hotel we stayed in, how it was top of the line luxury for cheap, and basically how they're playing us out here. You know, the number one thing everybody cares about is the cost. Is it worth it? But the tariffs, merit. I mean, have y'all seen the prices out here for these windows and doors? And amazing who is fair and gave us the best prices in LA. We even us 60 for just
$33 yards and a new set of downs too.
And all the interior So what did rest in peace Nipsey Hussle tell us to do?
Tight end, and then give that guy a chance
to
show off his speed in the open field.
That's why I
runs
decided
defense
to
to
go
make
to the
it a
source.
much
Yes,
bigger
I
game.
had to convince my husband to show me and to
In the red zone now.
resistance, a laugh, and a chuck. That's all. Everybody is not into so if this type of content interests you, then post.
We also have people like David Goggins who come to us with a manuscript.
If it's me, Christian Gonzalez, probably Davis, neither one of them is going to see Jackson Smith and Jake Wood all game long. I'm going to put my nickel corner on Jackson Smith and Jake Wood, and he's going to get a double team for 4 straight quarters. Jackson Smith and Jake Wood is not going to be the reason why I lose this game. And I'm going to use those great corners that you have, Christian Gonzalez, and Davis. But I'm going to say Christian Cup, Rashid Shaheed, you're not going to do anything with 4 straight quarters. And I'm going to love watching they figure out how much to put Sam Darnold in a situation where he can exploit things. It's not even about, you see how people say they have to improve Sam Darnold. Same technically in his weapons. And let's see.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away.
Let's see if he's not going to force the ball. But if Jackson Smith and Jake Wood is not going
now to return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Cowboys and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game.
I'm going to put my nickel corner on Jackson Smith and Jake Wood, and he's going to get a double. Jackson Smith and Jake Wood is not going to be the reason why I lose this game. And I'm going to use those great corners that you have, Christian Gonzalez, and Davis. And I'm going to set Christian
Cup. Set of downs for him from the 31.
You're not going to do anything with 4 straight quarters. And I'm going to love watching they figure out.
Give right side, here's Bixby. He knows running lanes opposing a fast start today. He's held it just a yard.
It's not even about going to kill this drive on the first play. Sam Darnold, take away his and let's see. Let's see if Sam Darnold's not going to make those mistakes. Let's see if he's not going to force the ball. But
running right is Bixby.
Not the ball. The ball yards. Even touchdowns. The situation. I mean, so they really want to get that really limits what they want to do. If it's me, Christian Gonzalez, Davis, neither one of them is going to see Jackson Smith and Jigba all game long. My Nick Parker, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Step is made as he drives this to the opposing 43.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. You won't stop getting into this guy. Well, you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
There's certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you can feel it emanating from it. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right
situation.
On a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock.
It's not even about see how they have to
keep this
Sam Darnold. And let's see if Sam Darnold's not going to make those mistakes. Let's see if he's not going to force the ball. But if Jackson Smith and Jigba is not the one. Not off the yards, getting touchdowns, putting them in the situation.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener.
If it's me,
Christian Gonzalez, that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard. This game pretty close to over.
All game long. I'm going to put my nickel corner on Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he's going to get a double team for 4 straight quarters. Jackson Smith and Jigba is not going to be the reason
why. Not a lot of help.
And I'm going to
9 to go now on second down.
Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, and I'm going to say Christian Cup.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He goes back to him yet again. Cut reads. And he goes for the Dallas touchdown.
How they're going to try to put Sam
the Cowboys keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. As he nabs another touchdown, Brock.
And let's see.
Ask you, the former QB, is this the point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have 1 touchdown today are coming over you saying, bro, why don't you look at me? Throw me the football.
That's right. Sorry, I didn't understand the spirit that's actually here.
I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table?
But
here's the thing. These two have right now, and the confidence and the
you're not going to be around.
Or you look him up.
I think this might be your last oversight here. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not the loyal like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I'm hearing with you because I don't think you're wrong for your job. I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you.
And we know they can't get this
that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Want to say anything? Yes, sir. That
back to pass on
rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country, it is not social media folks.
It is play like that, does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Getting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
Sir, your time is over. This committee, sir, you don't tell me my time is over. It doesn't belong to church to tell me what my time is. Let you be.
Mr.
Chairman,
the Commanders.
I don't think you're fitting in the bureau. Here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're
so an absolutely beautiful throw there.
This might be your last oversight
in space who turns it into 6.
They really took advantage of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. Down now to 21.
For your job. I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you. You can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Do it here, bro?
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like
false
most things in this
information
game, it
does
did
not
not
bring
work
this
out
country
for them.
Yeah,
together.
let's face it, even
If
if
you
they
want to
do
work on
recover
bringing
that,
this country, it's
probably
my
not
time,
gonna
not
find a
yours.
way
My
to
job
win, but this
is
is a
to
time
if
where
you
you
want
work on
to
things, where you do build to the following week. Gotta find a way to flush this, because it's just not been their kind of game.
Here we go.
Oh, he's hurt. Oh, you've been playing in this country.
They bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20.
Over. You know how
He's getting 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Mr. Chairman, great news.
He'll throw off the
Here's
play
the thing,
fake.
Mr.
Making quick to
Patel.
left side.
I think you're
He's
going to
got
be
to
all
him
right.
yet again. That
I
is
think this might be your last Wall
touchdown,
Street.
Dallas.
And in many professions, including Wall Street, Wall Street makes it sound complicated. They don't want the little guy to understand what they do because they make so much money and they don't do very much. So they couch it in words like derivatives and stock options and commodity futures and different types of contracts.
And those who've tried
It's
to get
all
in the way of that
failure.
machine you're talking
Everyone
about,
is
namely the
capable of
defense,
understanding.
well, they
It is
paid the
not
price
fun.
over and
But
over
Wall
and
Street,
over
because they
again.
make so much money from doing fairly simple things, needs to make it more complicated than what it is.
Extra point from Aubrey is up
Street.
and good. And the Cowboys continue piling onto this lead.
Basically, play that bootleg quarterback like he pulls up because it's not a bootleg. They're actually throwing like the post coming back across the field. It was about 15 degrees out, and there was about a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Aubrey now to kick this one
Balls in the
away.
air. The harder it is to throw it accurately, and the harder it is to catch it. DJ Moore
Okay, well,
gets
that
a
one's over
step
the
on
20,
the
the landing zone, and
Deshaun
almost
Nixon
everything else we got here today.
and
So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
across the
Washington
field,
offense getting
60
set for
yards in
next
the air.
possession.
It was an
And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the score coming at a
A-plus
good clip,
throw.
Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
It was fun, Kate. After all of these years,
So
I
they
have
run
friends
a-
that are offensive guys.
basically
friends
play
that are
action.
defensive guys. Yeah, my
Like,
friends watching this one offensively love it. The
like,
defensive
it
guys,
pulls
they're
up.
climbing up their
It's
walls.
not a bootleg. They're actually throwing like the boot post coming back across the field. It was about 15 degrees out, and there was about a 20-mile-an-hour wind. Balls in the air. Harder it is to throw it accurately.
Defender arrives
Harder it
right
is to
as the
catch it.
ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same
Starts
time
there.
there.
It's
And it's going to be second down.
Second chance, no time to figure it out later. Not for you, for your family. Whatever you do next will either save you or seal the outcome.
70.
Here's a throw.
Into City.
We had it for a moment.
To let you understand this clearly.
Jar it loose.
Get
Incomplete.
this. This will be no
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found.
This is one of my
Yeah, a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your
and
guys.
yet,
Credit that
sometimes we
defense for flying
actually
around
sing
and
it
making a
like
play.
that. In this, hymns have
Aaron out on
words
third.
and phrases.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on
Push
to
the
the
path, relate the energy into the words and phrases that count, and you punch them up. It doesn't matter if you have an ugly singing voice, but for goodness sake, sing.
First down right in their midst. That force, that contact
Desperate.
separated man from balls.
Down
This
big,
is
they're
one
gonna
of
exhaust
my
all options,
favorite
it appears.
hymns,
The
and in
offense
many
lining up to
ways
go
it
for
is
this.
a hymn, an anthem of redeeming love. And yet, sometimes we actually sing it like that. In this, hymns
Desperation time
span
here.
of phrases,
Lobs
and we
this deep down the middle.
push the power, relate the energy into the words and phrases that count, and you
Biggest
punch
plays of
them
the
up.
game
It
so
doesn't
far, and it comes on a fourth down
an
gamble.
ugly singing voice, but for goodness sake, sing.
21-yard line.
Desperate.
Cowboy 80.
This is one of my favorite hymns, and in many ways it is a hymn and an
Throwing it
anthem of
again
redeeming love. And yet, sometimes we actually sing right before they send the president out on this.
I was at a political rally with active duty U.S. Navy sailors in Norfolk this weekend, right before the trip. fired the U.S. Navy's Chief of Staff. And it did not make a ton of news when that happened. In part because this is one in a long series of problems like this.
But with the personnel they had out there,
the military, by definition, is not a political
there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmys and Joes? No debate there. That was the Jimmys and the Joes and their want-to.
He has just been
right
destroying the top leadership of the U.S. military. Since Trump has been back in the White House, we have seen fired or pushed out the Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, the head of the Navy SEALs, the Chief of Naval Operations, the head of the Navy Reserve, now this weekend, the Navy Chief of Staff,
no question,
the head of the U.S. Cyber Command, the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the head of the Air Force Global Strike Command, the top legal officer in the Air Force, the top legal officer in the Army, the top legal officer in the Navy. And in what may or may not be related news, the New York Times reports tonight that they have also removed the top legal official of the CIA.
And they blew up the opening play of this drive.
These people have all been fired or pushed out by Trump, by the Trump administration.
Quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me this team defenses need them sometime as well.
This past week, it's also
a big run. Well, too bad. No time to dwell on it.
In the U.S. military, that he wants them to plan to bring U.S. military operations. He expects them to bring the force of the U.S. military to bear against Americans in U.S. cities. Specifically, he told them that he wants to see U.S. troops, U.S. duty military engagement against the cities of San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles are the three largest cities in the country across the U.S. military.
55 yards out. It's no good and had the leg, but his aim wide right.
Great in those cities against the Americans.
It's still 21 points.
Right before they sent the president out on this.
Never said 20 years ago,
play with this duty U.S. Navy sailors in Norfolk this weekend. Right before that trip,
on fantasy
the
football
administration
more
for
than
some reason
anybody else.
fired the U.S. Navy's Chief of Staff.
Somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing his fantasy this week.
News when that happens. Take in part because this is one of the series of things like this. The military, by definition, is not a political body where the whole thing is supposed to turn over every time there's a new president. Since Trump has been back in office, he has just been destroying the top leadership of the U.S. military. Since Trump has been back in the White House, we have seen fired or pushed out the Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, the head of the Navy SEALs, Chief of Naval Operations, the head of the Navy Reserve, now this weekend, the Navy Chief of Staff, the head of the U.S. Cyber Command, the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the head of the Air Force Global Strike Command, the top legal officer in the Air Force, the top legal officer in the Army, the top legal officer in the Navy.
Rolling from the gun here.
And in what may or may not be related news, the New York Times reports tonight that they have also removed a top legal official at the CIA. Why not? All of these people have all been fired or pushed out by Trump, by the Trump administration. While simultaneously, Trump said this past week, explicitly telling all the remaining generals and admirals in the U.S. military that he wants them to plan to bring U.S. military operations. He expects them to bring the force of the U.S. military to bear against Americans in U.S. cities. Specifically, he told them that he wants to see U.S. troops, U.S. duty military engagement against the cities of San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles.
Fourth down, pass coming.
New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, 3 more.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. From the red zone, on first. Pass him on the quick hitter. He's able to get this down to the 13.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Sticking with the air here. Complete out to the right. Gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down. The motion to tight end left.
That means you are part of the rainbow.
Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. That short field pass is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
You need to be getting up a bit.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
As a male Democrat, they're going to say,
here's Tootin. And they are sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on down.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off their run. And the reward, they get off the field.
And passing here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
You could do a lot worse than a quick little shuffle give sometimes. I like that play. That shuffle pass just keeps the defense honest, keeps them guessing a little bit. Normally goes for positive yardage, and sometimes you're even able to surprise that defense entirely.
Now we give left side to Bigsby. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. First set of downs for him from the 31.
Hey, and then he wants to walk into the church, and he wants to start getting these people.
Going to the ground again on first. Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, my casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Rolling out to his left. He can run it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. He'll gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Tried to lob that one in, but no luck. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. So it's second down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Buying some time left. On the run, deep down. Couple defenders there.
Look at it even jump.
Nick Cross has it.
I hate when they do that.
Commanders take possession on their second interception of the game.
Obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for quarterbacks becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Trying to throw this from the gun. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's second down. And they're going to throw out of the gun. Right side, cut by Davis. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. Signals, and looks like they've got a timeout before that first down play. Back to pass on first and 10. Cowboys closing in, and they get to it. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Back to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion, because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long. And that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete. But no